Hello, dear viewers. Today we are going to join one of our own, Albert Nuwagira, a gentleman at the School of Food Technology, Nutrition and Bioengineering. My name is Bigthinking, and join me as we meet Albert. We try to talk to him as part of the Campus Pulse, an initiative of the Big Thinking space. We see what we can learn from Albert because we learn from the experiences of others. Now, the Albert Nuwagira I'm talking about is a gentleman finalizing, in fact, is awaiting his graduation of Masters in Food Safety. Now, we talk to Albert and see how he made it to that point. The Albert Nuwagira I'm talking about had a cgpa of 4.92 at his bachelor's when he was doing a Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology. Join me as we talk to Albert Nuwagira, a very inspirational figure who also aims at becoming a professor. Nice meeting you, Albert. Yes. Hello, our dear listeners. Thank you for joining us at the Campus Pulse, an initiative of the Big Thinking space. And today I'm glad to be joined by one of our own gentlemen, Albert Nuwagira. Albert Nuwagira is a student of food safety, a master's student in food safety. We'll add on the full course, but he's awaiting his graduation in time. One thing you should know about him is that he has made the best out of his academics, and this really captures our attention and to you out there, because our sole aim here at Makerere is academia. No one would want to get weird grades, but for him, he had to maximize with a cgpa of 4.82. I mean 4.82. Think about it as we talk to Albert Nuwagira. So that was 2022 graduation at his bachelor's in Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology, and he graduated in 2022. Then there he had to come back for his master's in food safety. Now the college is CAES, which is College of Agriculture and Environmental. Is it? Yeah, something like that. But CAES, yeah. And then his school is School of Food Technology and Nutrition and Bioengineering. So glad to have you, Albert Nuwagira.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
Thinker.
Yes.
I hope those shall inspire people to think big, to think very big and beyond.
Thank you so much. Exactly. We are glad to have you. So a brief intro of yourself, Albert. Who is Albert Nuwagira?
Yeah, most of the things have been mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah. Many times when we introduce ourselves, we say that my name is Albert Nuwagira. I'm now a food scientist.
Okay.
I did my bachelor's in food science and technology, and then I'm finishing a master's in food safety and quality management. You have again said what I would have said. I'm a very simple and people say down to earth person. Yeah. And I hope my story will inspire someone. Yeah, because many times we are shaped by our experiences.
Exactly. Yeah. You've heard him, and really, I keep repeating, he's one of the people that I've seen who is down to earth. I mean, he's humble. He's really humble. Yeah. So, Albert, Makerere being a learning institution, how have you seen your academics generally? Your academia. You can briefly talk about it.
Yeah, thank you. Makerere is the best.
Yeah.
I know recently we were in the news that our position had gone down in the Africa.
Yes.
But I believe that for most people in Uganda, they would have loved to come to Makerere. So it's a very big privilege to be at the university. When you look around, there is no other university like Makerere. Of course, I'm a bit biased, but I believe that is so. Yeah, and when it comes to being at the best institution in Uganda, of course, that opens you to many opportunities that you may not have had. I did food science, and food science started here. Started at Makerere University. I think that was around 1989. So the other universities which are doing my course have done it after the people here did it. So you find that most of the equipment, most of the opportunities that are available, say to study abroad, they are here. So I'm saying Makerere gives you the best. Actually, I think it cuts across because the other universities, yes, they may be good, but they have come after. Okay. So Makerere gives you the best, at least in Uganda. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really nice. Makerere is the best. Makerere students usually call themselves the cream de la cream. It's not being proud, but it's just reality.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I noticed that when you're at Makerere, you also not only is the best university, but also has the best students. In the sad reality or sad fact, because most of the good students will want to come to Makerere. Students who perform well at A level, they want to come to Makerere most times. Like recently, I'm not a bad student, but I was looking at the newspapers from 2013. I sat my O level in 2013. I was at Maryland High School and I passed. You passed. So I was in the newspapers.
8.
I don't like to mention, but it was 8 in 8.
Yes.
So I was in the newspapers. Now, when I looked at the newspapers of then, I found that there are students that were in the newspapers like I was in 2013 who turned out to be at Makerere. The times when I was at Makerere. So I said, okay, now this one I know, this one I know, this one I know, this one I met, and we ended up here. So that could apply to both, that all the students who are good will want to go to a good university, and it makes a big difference. This is that if you are studying in, say, the best in the country, even the connections you are going to make can also be big people in the future. That could apply to Makerere, but that could also apply to other universities, which is the beauty of university education, that now brings together people, good or promising people, and if you connected with them well, the future is bright for all of you. So Makerere is the best with the best people, with the best opportunities.
Wow, this is really nice. So from your O level even up to A level, even up to campus, it really shows you've been a determined student. How have you managed to maneuver through this journey of academia, and how would someone out there maybe try to also make it in the line of academia to get that inspiring CGPA of 4.8?
There is a very funny story, I should say.
Okay.
But one of the things is that you should keep the end in sight. There will be many challenges, but do not lose sight of what you want to be. I'm not yet there.
Yes.
But this is very fun. Like once in a while, of course, we look at possessions or money as one of the driving motivations. So once in a while, when I'm on my laptop, I search and say, if I want to drive, say, this car, I cannot afford it now, but how much will it be by that time? Or if I want maybe to travel, if you check on my Google searches, find there maybe Sky Scanner, I'm looking at flights. Maybe if I'm going to Nairobi, how much will it cost?
Yes.
So keeping the end in sight. When I was here, that was between 2016 and 2021.
Yes.
Every semester, I would project how my grades will be. I still have some screenshots. Like, I'm in first year, but I'm seeing that if things keep like this, assuming the unlikely event happens that I get A's from second year up to fourth year, what will I score? So to always keep the end in mind. I'm here, I'm a first year student, for example, doing maybe civil engineering. What is going to be the end? So that even when you have challenges along the way, the end can always motivate you and say, no, today I am going to skip this or I'm going to sacrifice this, because I know the end will be good. There is a verse in the Bible. I'm a Christian, so I would like to chip in some verse. I don't know exactly, but it says that the sufferings of the present time, not that we are suffering in academic things, But the suffering in the present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory that will be revealed to us. Of course, when the Christian reads that, says that, oh, even if I suffer now, not that we should suffer as Christians, but in case I get challenges now, there is something bigger that is coming at the end. That end may not necessarily be yours alone, but what will I be able to achieve for the common good, for maybe my family, for my friends, or for my people that are looking up to me, like people that I will be interacting with. That greater good at the end of the day kept me moving. Yeah. So I wanted to score highly, and then I had it in mind, and I kept remembering it and working towards it, of course, amongst other things. But that one was one of the major things that happened here.
One of you all today, I was watching that. One of the facts about Albert is a religiously committed gentleman. That's one of the things, and I've kept telling you whenever we meet that you inspire me a lot. Yeah. So
may God's name. That's how the religious people answer. I tell people that if you thank maybe a religious person, say, may God's name be praised. For usually I don't like to take credit, but thank you. True. May God be glorified.
True. Amen. Yeah, so that's how you manage to maneuver through this journey of academia. Now, being that you're completing your master's, I'm someone who 100% wishes you. I wish at some point you should lecture. You should become a professor at some point. Am I right to project in that angle?
Yeah, that's another end. Of course, the end is indefinite. So now there's also that other end. I'm saying that then I wanted to be a good student, get to the end with a good cgpa. But now I want to join the line of academia for many reasons. To be able to impact the future food science system, but also for personal fulfillment, to say that my dream has come true. Yeah. So to have that end in mind, not only know that that's where I want to go, but also chart out the path. What will I need to do? What sacrifices will I have to make? Who should I be close to? That helps you, especially if you can do it early enough. Then you align all your goals, all your activities in that direction. Like now, I know I want to be a professor, ultimately. Yes. A professor of food science or food safety at Makerere University. So to have that end in mind, if you went home, if you came to my room where I stay, of course you have the money perspective, but so I have the money, the money that professors earn and assistant lecturers somewhere in the corner to keep me motivated and say, Albert, now you have no money. But the end is not worthy to be compared. Remember the verse, to be compared with what you are going through now. So what do I need to do if I want to be a professor at Makerere? There will be the requirements. Maybe you need a number of publications. You need to first maybe be an assistant lecturer, senior lecturer, associate professor. So you prepare yourself for that. What sacrifices will I make
to make sure
that I reach there? Chances are very high that maybe after bachelor's, you are going to go and do master's. After master's, you are going to go and do PhD. Those are not jobs in most cases. Of course, you might get a scholarship, but those are not salarized jobs. So you're not going to be paid to study in most cases. It means that you are going to realign all your dreams, if I put it that way, to realign now your life, make sure that you achieve this goal. Like now for my case, if I may share with you, 2021 is when I finished my bachelor. Remember, there is this goal of being a professor of science at the end of the day. So it means that me going to do a job does not align with the ultimate goal. So I continued to study. My friends, I have my friends who are driving and they have started their families. I say, you are driving, please give me a lift. My time is coming to be because when you have that goal, it helps you to be calm and say, okay, everyone is running his race. This is how I want to run mine, and this is what I have to do. Comparison will maybe help you to keep in keep on track, but should not discourage you.
Exactly.
Just know, okay, my time will come. But to have the goal, know what sacrifices you have to make, get it, and also the things that you have to do, to get it. Regardless, if your goal is maybe to marry, maybe marry at 25, then you have to know, what will I need? Maybe I'll need a stable job. I'll need the person, so you also align your activities in that perspective. So having that goal, end goal, ultimate goal that you want to achieve, and knowing what you need to do, it will help you keep on track.
Wow, isn't that amazing? One of the things that I've liked out of it is that comparison is good, but it shouldn't discourage you. It should instead keep motivating you to go ahead. And another thing is, we should project in the future always. That's what Albert did. Whenever he's seated, he does not only look at today, he looks at what is coming tomorrow and what's coming 10 years from now.
And what will I need to do? Who should I get close to? Things like that. Maybe again.
Yes.
When I finished my bachelor's, there could have been an opportunity for me to go abroad. But remember, the goal is not to be a professor at maybe University of Cape Town or Harvard. No. I want to be a professor here at my alma mater, Makerere University. So going abroad is good, but it did not align very well
with the goal.
Getting a job, say in the food industry, is good. It will pay you some money and give you a good life, but it does not align with the goal. So you have that motivation to say, I will do this, I will not do this, because this aligns better with what I want, with my end goal.
Wow, by now you should be inspired. If you're not inspired, then I think it's high time you change. This is really amazing. As Albert shares his journey. One of the things that I'm sure about is that God is never a cheat. And in most cases, when you claim and you really ask him for what you want, trust me, at some point I'll bring Albert on this platform when he's a professor.
I am very happy. Actually, not even then. We can keep track in the middle there and see how we are progressing.
How progress is going on.
Towards the goal.
Yes. I'm really happy. Now, besides that, maybe any two additional tips to maybe a campus student now at this point, maybe at bachelor's level. Any two, maybe or three.
Let's see. One, of course, have the goal and be committed to it. Two, have people who will help you reach that goal.
It's not a one-man journey.
It's never a one-man journey. Anywhere, in any field, because there will be people who have gone ahead of you, who will help you to strategize. Even when you are studying, there will be people who are better than you. You have your friend who is maybe having a greater cgpa. So if you are looking at academics, if it is business, there will be someone always who is better. That's if you are equals. Then there will be someone who is where you want to be, to put him close. Right now, I am informally assisting some professors in my department.
Oh, wow.
But what I have seen is that we don't have a mentorship culture. What that means is that people might end up making costly mistakes. I think it should be a thing that a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. You should not wait first go through the mistakes. So knowing the people who are where you want to be, who can help you make good decisions about how you reach where they are. So if you wanted to be a professor, maybe like myself, at least you should know a professor.
A professor? Who is a professor?
At least one. If you fail, at least one. If you want to be a successful pharmacist, at least in your circle, you know one.
One pharmacist.
One successful pharmacist. The one that you can go to help you make some decisions. To who is where You want it cuts across. You want to be a teacher, you want to be a married person, a family person, you want to be a very spiritual person.
Yes.
Find one person or more if you can who are where you want to guide you in that field. Then you can also find people that you can go with, because you saw there are those who are at like equal footing, whom you are going to work together with, but also someone who is ahead of you to hold your hand, and
even when you feel like falling,
hold your hand and help you make, because there will be many decisions to make along the way, and say, this is how I did it, this is the mistake that I did, and this is how you can go about it. Yeah, because it's already there. Yeah, I think that's what.
Now, at least forget everything, but don't forget that when you want to be someone,
Yes.
then learn to associate more with the people of that caliber.
Someone who's already there.
Yes, he wants to be a professor. He associates more with professors in that line. Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because he wants the inspiration and the energy to carry on.
And
I think
the
that's the goal.
mentorship.
And the
Yeah,
mentorship.
and the mentorship. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Albert, now, as I told our audience already, you're someone who is in the line of food safety, and you understand more about food, and food is the basic need of man. That's, I think, on the list. It should come first. It should come first. Yeah. Food, a basic need of man. Now, at campus, we want to now bring it in the line of campus. Can you briefly maybe try to connect us how food can be connected to a campus student, and why is it important that food safety should be crucial to a campus student? Yeah, in that line, we have seen students maybe who don't get meals, not because maybe they don't want, but at times, so the conditions may not favor them to have meals all the time. But we really need food. Yeah, it's okay.
We need food.
Yeah.
One of the best things is food. Like you have rightly said. And maybe to broaden the perspective. Food safety should not only be looked at in terms of chemicals, which we usually go, in terms of pathogens or microorganisms, but also we have food which through the lifestyle can also be unsafe, can also be a problem. It has not killed you, it has not caused you stomach pain, it has not caused you diarrhea, but ultimately can lead to the many non-communicable diseases we hear about. Talk about diabetes, talk about hypertension. But now we have the realities of campus. The limitations in terms of time, in terms of money. My advice to the campus students is go as much as you can, because those limitations are there and they are real. Even from my own perspective, be conscious about as eating healthily or healthfully as possible, both in terms of the lifestyle diseases, but also in terms of the food safety, in terms of pathogens and toxins. Food can be for 3,000 in many places. Yeah, and that's the average price. But be cautious to look out for places which look hygienic. We are now saying the money limitation is the same. All of us are going to buy the food at the same price. But can we choose places which are hygienic? That's one. You have the junk foods which are at the same price. Because now you want to go around the economic perspective. You have the foods which are all, say, at 5,000. You have the capacity. Can you be more cautious, more health cautious to go for the healthful foods? Talk about vegetables, talk about fruits, compared to the junk food, very high in saturated fat, very high in oils and high processing. This food is also equally unsafe. The impact is not as instant as food poisoning, but over time, we are going to have, yes, it's going to become unsafe.
Yeah.
Talking about lifestyle diseases, obesity, hypertension, diabetes, which are on the rise, even in the young population. So, and it's at campus where we are still young, we are going to form lifelong habits, regardless of the time limitation, financial limitation, convenience. There will always be more healthy or more safer options. Can we choose those ones? That's my message.
Wow, that's really amazing. Now, Albert, have you ever heard of Slay Queens?
Yeah.
Slay Queens and Slay Kings usually think chips is the only maybe good food for their standard, and in most cases we think things like vegetables, beans, all those are for the poor people.
Yeah.
Maybe in 1 minute, what's your say on that? Is it just a mindset?
I think it's a mindset which has partly been motivated by say media. By media, that food is not bad. Once in a while, I should maybe make an advert. It's not an advert, but also me once in a while I go to Fredo's down there near Nuwagira. I usually eat chips, half chips and things like that. But usually that food is 4,000. My earlier message. Okay, you have done this, but there are also other more healthful options that you have to be conscious about, and then go for the Slay Kings and Slay Queens. That food is not healthy. It's not the best food. The chips and the chicken are not the most healthy food that you should be eating. Actually, for a nice skin, for a nice size, for a good shape, and which the Slay Queens should have. They should go for more healthful options: fruits, vegetables, whole grains, as far as possible. Then once in a while, for a treat, please, you can also indulge yourself, but we have to cautiously go for the more healthful options. Cautiously, because that's like anti-society. While the society wants us to have these ultra-processed because of the conditions and the media, we have to go against it, like swimming against the tide, and say no, this is what is being advertised in the processed drinks and etc. But me, I'll go for the fruits. Harder to do, but in the long run, it has more benefits.
I like your comment where you said the limitations here at campus are not going to end.
They are going to continue.
Literally, they might even increase ahead there. So saying that, but you see, eating a fruit, I may not make it. All those are just excuses.
Yes. In any circumstance, I think this is the message. In any circumstance, there will always be more healthful options. So choose healthy options, even with the limitations.
You went for, was it an exchange program?
Yeah, it was an exchange program. I was there for 1 year in 2019. I went lucky enough from Makerere University. As I said, opportunities are here. So I went for 1 year, and it's a different society. But people are cautiously trying to live healthy. Of course, amidst the limitations. Like one limitation, say in the winter, they don't have that privilege of having fresh fruits and vegetables. But here we are. But they are still striving to get them. But here we are. If you throw here greens, they will grow around the year. But we have to be cautious and take the effort for a healthy lifestyle.
In other words, God has blessed us, but we don't acknowledge that.
We're not very cautious about
the blessings. Wow, that's really nice.
And today, actually, someone was saying that eat food as medicine before you eat medicine as food.
Definitely.
Because in the long run, you get these complications that you cannot do away with.
Thank you so much for sharing, Albert. Now, still in the line of food. Now, as I told you, our dear audience, that he is a good gentleman who understands God as well. I believe without God, he wouldn't have been where he is, as he will testify. Now, how can a campus student maybe nourish their soul? Because we know we have a body, we have a soul, and when one departs away from the other, then definitely you're not whole. Now, how can a student maybe nourish their soul, and how is it important according to your experience? Like spirituality at campus.
Spirituality. That's a very key aspect. Campus is like a mirror of the world. Yeah, because now you are like more or less on your own. Many things that you are doing today, chances are very high that you are going to do them the rest of your life. Because at campus you are being exposed to the world for the first time. It's like a baby who has come out of the womb. You come with a clean slate out of your mother's womb, and now the experiences that you're going to have in your family or in your early childhood, they shape you. Similarly, when you come to university, you are coming from, say, high school. Now the experiences or the life you are going to live at campus, it could change, but most likely it's going to remain like that for the rest of your life. Yeah. So in the line of spirituality, if you do not strive to grow your spirituality at campus, there are very few chances that you are going to grow it after university. Because of course time limitations, and you're already stuck in your habits, you've already been molded at the university, chances are very high you continue that. But spirituality gives you a sense of bearing, one for both the good and the bad. Remember, there's now also being a professor for me is the temporal goal. Yeah, and me, I have a very funny philosophy about life. But ultimately, nothing else really matters. Okay. Ultimately, well, I'm going to be a professor.
That's it.
Then after, maybe be a vice chancellor. I hope that time you also invite me. But that is temporal.
True.
There are many people that have been, and right now they are not there, and we even don't remember them. There are many people that have been, regardless of the achievements that they made. Right now they are not there. So spirituality and the belief in God also now gives you the bigger, much bigger, everlasting thing to strive for. I'm going to be a professor. Okay, let it happen. If it happens, here at the university, you can only be a professor for up to the age of 60 years, and maybe they give you a contract up to like 80. Even if it was up to 100, this life for sure is going to end. Now, do you have that bigger goal that you are striving for? That in the spiritual
to wrap up your entire life.
Yeah, to wrap up your entire life. If I think there should be a verse that what will the man have gained if he gains the whole world? But me, what is my goal? Just be a professor at a small university. When you look at the global statistics,
true.
Now the paper has said we are 41 in, of course I don't believe them, but they are saying we are 41 in the Africa. But now the other verse says that if you gain the whole world but lose your soul, compare that with now me, who is just striving to be a professor at a small university in food science. Not even a very, it's not an important discipline. That's not like a big discipline.
Yes.
So that should not be my ultimate goal in life. To look at the other bigger. Now, remember, we started with goal setting. If I have this other spiritual goal, it means that my decisions, the things that I do, my priorities must also now be aligning in that perspective. Because now actually it must be aligned with the other very important, because the other one is an eternal. Here, professor, I can be a professor for maybe 20 years. And after that,
another professor will come.
Yes, the vice chancellor at that time will say, "Oh, Professor Nuwagira, you have reached the mandatory retirement age of 60, and we are not going to give you a contract."
Yes.
Now you have to stop being a professor and be a retired professor, and then I pack my books and I go. That is if I reach there anyway. Yeah. So to have that bigger goal that should be overarching, get a decision. Okay, you say now, of course, you have to keep a back of your mind. I want to be a professor. Okay, is the decision okay? But there's also the other big goal of inheriting and having eternal life and living well, being what Jesus got. So have that goal and could be checking. You check against the temporal goal. I want to be a professor. How does it match? But also I want to do what is pleasing to God in terms of spirituality. How does it match? And in cases where they contrast, which one is more important?
Which one do I choose?
Yeah, the temporal things. Like I mentioned here, there's actually a song by I think Makerere, these things that you are doing, they have been done before. And that is true.
You are not the
You're not the first one. I'm not going to be the first professor of food science. And I will not be the last. Even if I was the first, there will be many people after me. But to have the other goal. So look at your decision in that perspective. The people that you are surrounding yourself. You have some people who are going to mentor you in the line of the temporal goal, but also people who are going to help you achieve the other spiritual overall goal. So people that you surround yourself with, things that you choose to do, things that you focus on should all be aligned with these two goals. And in case the decision is contrast,
choose the main,
the ultimate. Because for sure, these things, Beyonce, for sure, Beyonce. You'll not be the first, you'll not be the last. And look at the other bigger picture.
Wow, Albert Nuwagira is really an inspirational figure. One thing I've quoted is, ultimately, nothing else matters.
Nothing else
but God. Nothing else will matter, regardless of whatever you do.
Regardless of our achievements.
Regardless of our achievements. Now, I believe you've been encouraged, and I believe with God, and when you have a good relationship with God, I think you avoid most of the vices you find at campus, things to do with drug addiction, and maybe smoking, alcoholism, that are detrimental to health. So it's really important. Now, also at campus, as part of self-realization, people have kept on, many students, when they reach here in high school, they are told not to find them in dark corners. Don't dare go in a dark corner. What? When students reach university from high school, there's that exaggeration, there's that excitement that even leaves many in challenges. And so we bring in the relationships, leave alone the vertical relationship with God, but there are these relationships, or maybe lovers. What's your take on relationships at campus?
From the experience of many people, people find love at campus. But we have to keep our goals in perspective. Remember, we said that whichever decision we choose to make, whichever choices we have to face, let's not keep the two goals or the goals that we have set for ourselves in perspective. Me, I want to be a professor. Temporal. I just want to do what is pleasing to God. So whatever I choose to do, even in the perspective of relationships, must first of all align with these two. So it's nice and wonderful, the self-discovery that comes at the university. But you have to be cautious about it. Of course, without the excitement. At campus, you meet wonderful people. But as you decide, keep your goals in line, in perspective. Even in the things you are going to do in that relationship, keep the goals in perspective. If this relationship is going to help you achieve your goals, you get a supportive partner, someone who will be understanding, and your goal is to have marriage soon after campus, then campus is the right time for you to start working also towards that goal. Because there's also a goal for that. So I want to start a family. So, and campus, I think, has the highest concentration of single people.
Definitely.
So you have many people to choose from, which may not be the case after campus has ended. The effort might be more to look for single people, but the university, chances are very high everyone that you see is single.
Is a potential
person who will be open for you and willing to take you in. So don't lose that opportunity. But keep your goals in perspective. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Now,
Maybe you have not asked me about my personal experience. Those are generic pieces of advice.
personally, now
Me.
do you have you realized someone? Or there is hope
At
for
the
you?
moment, my goals cannot allow me. But I have seen very wonderful people at the university.
Okay.
Yeah, but given the circumstances I'm in right now, we can only be friends.
You can only be
I see them very wonderful, but I say now my goals do not allow me to. But I see them, and like I told you, chances are very high that most of the people you see at campus are single and open.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so if you see someone and you like her or you like him, give it some time. But whatever you do there, let it not be at the expense of your goals.
Yeah,
keep the goals. Everyone wants a successful person. So if you're not successful, you may have this person here, but then shortly after campus, because those examples are also there. I mean, especially for the gents, be successful, be able to support this family. Let those things not come at the expense of your goal. But don't let this opportunity. Again, I'm quick to add on. Don't let this opportunity pass you. Yeah, maybe after you have known this person for some time, feel free to go ahead. As long as it will not come at the expense of the other bigger goals. Yeah.
Wow, this is really nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost wrapping up this session, and it has been a pleasure having Albert Nuwagira on our platform, and indeed it has been inspirational. And you out there, I believe you've learned something. Trust me. Yeah, he has shared a lot, but most importantly, what you shouldn't forget is that ultimately nothing else matters, and that only will have to push you to connect well with your God. Yeah. So, Albert, a final word to our viewers out there, our audience. Yeah.
On my journey, on that long journey, I've received help. Of course, never one man's journey. I've received help from a number of people.
Kind people.
Very kind people. Like when I went to Sudan, they were very wonderful people. Even here in the department, people that worked with me, my peers, very nice, wonderful people, but also even those who are ahead of me. And many times I find myself that I cannot pay. I cannot pay them back. Sometimes even the help is not monetary. But what that does, that gives me a debt that I cannot pay them, but in cases when I'm in position to assist, be kind to someone, be gracious to someone, I happily take that opportunity. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. So, my friend, if you have had help, if someone has been kind to you, don't let that chain end with you. Pay it forward. And who knows, it may come back in other ways that you know.
What goes around
comes around. Both the positive and the negative. Yeah.
Wow.
So make sure that what comes is the negative. The positive. The positive. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, brother Albert. It is a moment with Big Thinker. Now, Mr. Albert, the National Development Plan 4 has something to do with food safety. I hope us connect to that.
Yeah. Previously, before this NDP was developed, we were looking at food safety as a sideline issue. Many developing countries, especially developing countries, they focus on availability of the food. But now, to go an extra mile and say, food should not only be available, but should be safe. And in the previous interactions, both in the short run, diarrhea, foodborne illnesses, but also in the long run, where the food should not cause any long-term effects, cardiovascular diseases, lifestyle diseases, something like that. So the NDP4 is looking at it from the food systems perspective.
Yes.
Not look at just food being available, but from the time it is produced, from the time even production, looking at the pesticides, looking at the rates being produced, looking at the post-harvest handling, the consumption by the consumer, and even post-consumption. So looking at that holistic perspective. Uganda, like many African countries, we don't have well-developed food systems. well-developed, sustainable food systems. But now the NDP4 puts that into perspective and says that when you look at just food production, but look at production in the broader perspective, because none of the things affecting food works alone. So food safety must be looked at in the food systems perspective. Like we see the systems in the body, different organs, but making up the whole system.
Now, Albert, how is food connected to sickle cell? Have you heard of sickle cell anemia?
Yeah.
How is food connected to sickle cell anemia?
First of all, for the benefit of our viewers, sickle cell is a genetic trait.
Yes.
So there's no one who can get it by eating a particular type of food. So in the perspective of sickle cell, food can only help the person to live better. Because food has components like iron, which are important for the formation of red blood cells. But no one can get sick from sickle cells because of this particular food. But as anyone who should be healthy, food is a component of living a healthy life. So a balanced diet with minerals, with vitamins will help this sickler to live a better life, to have his body be better. Support him even in that condition.
Meaning, in actual sense, foods that contain iron in most cases can help this sickler live better. Yes, Albert. Campus being a center of self-realization, if we say campus is a nursery bed, what comes to your mind?
Campus is a nursery bed. That means that it's standing between seeds, in the seed format, and then being in the garden or out in the garden. So it gives the impression that there is still some bit of protection. We are not really protected like seeds, but we are also not exposed to the harsh environment like is out there in the garden. So it means that this is the time when you can have that formation. Like I mentioned earlier on, this is the time where you can form good habits, make good friends, and set the stage for a bright future. So this is where we have that development, meaning that a good seedling in the nursery bed, most likely, chances are very high, you turn out to be a very good plant once it has been transplanted.
Thank you so much.